everyone, welcome to the GRE How-To series where we make studying for the GRE a lot more tolerable. I am here coming to you from an antebellum hotel located in Houston, Texas, baby. I really wanted to do that. Today we're going to talk about some of the frequently asked questions that I get ever since I started this GRE journey. A lot of you have been asking me questions in the comments below. Please continue to do that. A lot of you have been DMing me on Instagram, which is at Ashley Freeman. And I'm starting to get a lot of the same questions over and over again, which means I feel like it's a really good opportunity for us to just sit down, have this conversation, talk about what's on your mind. What do you say? Hey everyone, welcome back, and I'm get used to it. I'm just gonna thank you for subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, now's a great time to do it because this party is rolling. You know, we're doing great things. We're achieving our goals. We're going to grad school. We might not be going to grad school. We're strengthening our faith. There's a whole bunch of reasons to just subscribe. So if you haven't done so, I would appreciate it if you did it. It'd be great. It would be great. I'll wait. It's officially September, and that means that this is the month that applications are open. So if, it's kind of crazy, right? Like, the time is coming. Applications are about to open. It's about to start getting real. Which is pretty insane, but enough about me. I have been having some really great conversations with many of you about a lot of things that have to do with the GRE and grad school. So I just want to take some time to just talk about them, to really share these answers with you, because there are people who have asked about them, and I think that just means that more of you are probably having the same questions, but you just haven't mustered up the courage or just haven't had the time to actually ask them. So, frequently asked question number 1. How long should I study for the GRE? Now, if you've seen some of my earlier videos, I have very, very strong opinions on that. And if you haven't seen it, I will link it up to the top. I don't know which one. Is it here? You know what? We're just gonna do this. Just click up here and you'll be able to see it. In the past, I've said about 2 months. And honestly, I think that that's still correct, but I would add the nuance that it's all up to what you have the time for and what you're willing to do, because it just takes a sort of consistency in order to do that. And if you feel like at this current state in time that you're not going to be able to be consistent in the 2 months, then you might need some more time. But I'll talk about it a little bit later, but I have some thoughts about having too much time to study. The fact of the matter is, many of us have learned the concepts of the GRE when we were in elementary school, middle school, and high school. So it's not going to be too much of learning new content. It's about just kind of getting that discipline in order to be able to perform on the test and getting over a lot of the anxiety that the test environment and the stakes involved really create inside. So if you haven't seen my video on what the GRE is really testing, I highly encourage you to check up here so you can see that, because I break it down. It's not just triangles and probabilities. It's really about some key things that's going to actually help us in the grad school context. The next question I get a lot is, do I really have to take a practice test? The answer is yes. Yes. And not just one practice test. I'm talking about 3 or 4 practice tests. So I probably wouldn't go more than 6, but It's so important to take the test from beginning to end, including the essays, so that you can get a sense of what it's like to do this. This is a 4-hour test. You're not going to just be able to just show up on test day and be your absolute best without training for it. That's what we're doing here. We're practicing, we're training. You think Coco just shows up on a tennis court and just says, hey, I'm here, now let me try to beat Venus? Nope. No. I'm actually, very obsessed with tennis right now. I'm very excited for what's happening. So I'm using how just this whole idea of athleticism and just translating it to the intellectual context, because we still have to train. Even though, we're not doing push-ups or anything, we're doing mental push-ups, We're doing it. And we can. So it's just, I know it gets kind of scary, but it's so important to take the practice test. It's so important to take the time, because at the end of the day, would you rather do poorly on a practice test, which is free, or, a couple dollars, or would you rather spend $200 and not do your absolute best? That's just what you have to tell yourself when you are, thinking about like, oh, maybe I don't need to take it. No, yes, please take it. And if you've downloaded part 1 of the GRE study plan that I put together, there are scheduled times for practice tests. And if you've been skipping over them, this is my friendly reminder that it's in your best interest to do this. I'm serious. So just take this reminder. Reverse course if you haven't been taking it. If you have been taking it, good job. Let's just make sure that we are getting acclimated to what this experience is like, so that there aren't any surprises come test day. The next question is, okay, so time is moving pretty quickly. Should I move my test? I don't know if I'm ready. And that actually requires a little bit more nuance. A couple questions that I would ask you. What is your target goal? If you haven't seen my video on what's a good score, then definitely check that out. I will put it up here, because I walk you through step by step what is a good score and how you should find that out, because it's different for everyone. I know some of you really want a perfect score, and good for you. Some of you really just need to do enough so that you can, be in like the 50th percentile of verbal and quant. That is fine too. Me personally, I know that I need to be above the 80th percentile, so that's what I'm aiming for. So I don't want to just sit up here and just say that the only good score is a 340. That's just not true. It's all up to what your goals are. So if you haven't seen that video, click up here. It's a really important one. So that's the first thing to know, okay? What's my target score? Second thing is, where am I at now? Now, if you listen to my advice in the last question, you will have taken a couple practice tests. You would have seen where you are in the practice realm. The margin of error with those are kind of plus or minus 5 points. So if you feel like you are close to your target score, then, figure out what you need to do through analysis of your performance to kind of get yourself in shape so that you can just take your test now. If you are, 10 points away, 10 points or more away from your target score, and you have, let's say, less than a month left before your test, then I would probably say, look, you may want to consider to move it, but with a caveat. It does us no good if you're going to move your test to 2 or 3 months away from now and then you don't study diligently in that time. So I don't recommend pushing it out so far, because you're gonna lose some of that momentum. So I want you to be smart. At the end of the day, extending your time to get an extra 6 weeks, 8 weeks, depending on where you're at, you just have to, navigate that. But it's just, I highly recommend that if you're going to extend, that you don't extend it too far, because you don't want to lose the steam, you don't want to get complacent, and you don't want to really put yourself in the same situation that you're in right now to where you have to extend the test out again. Trust me, when I was taking the GMAT, I just punted the ball a little bit further, and then once I got close again, I was like, oh shoot, I'm not ready. And I punted the ball again. That's wasting money. That's wasting money, that's wasting time, and I don't want that for you. Like I said, I have no problem sharing the mistakes that I made, and I want to make sure that you don't repeat those. Another question I often get is, how in the world do you navigate a Manhattan 5-pound book of GRE problems? Like, it's just this big book. And for that, I actually have an easy fix for you. If you haven't signed up to be a part of the messenger list to get the free daily study plan, then click down below, because you will have access to that and you will be able to really know what you should be doing in order to just, put your best foot forward when it comes to studying. I actually made it to prioritize the most commonly tested items, so it's organized in a way that's to your advantage. And what I also do is I use my No Excuses study pack to keep track of how I do my questions, how I'm thinking about it, because it's so important to not only do the work, but then also analyze it as well. So I'm finding a lot of great value in this. So it's really helping me kind of say, all right, so I missed this. Why did I do that? And I can look in and just be like, oh, I didn't carry the one. And believe me, that's a thing. So that's been really good, because I want to know how I can improve on my performance. And the only way I can do that is if I keep track of it and stay organized. So if you haven't signed up for the free daily study plan, then do so below. If you have already subscribed, then you should be getting a prompt with the part 2 of the 60-day study plan. You should be getting that right about now. So thank you for being a part of the Brilliant AF crew. I'm really excited to just see how you're doing. Keep on letting me know what your questions are. Keep on letting me know when your tests are and what you're working toward, because I love knowing that I'm not alone. I'm about to schedule my test soon. So let's do this. Let's finish strong, because we are all doing this for a bigger purpose, and I am so thankful and honored to be able to make a small contribution to your success story. So until then, please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time.